Hello and welcome to the Minimal Reel Animation Essentials course. In this 5-episode series, we will learn how to create clean, minimal, and wider reels inspired by the 0x100x style, a popular trend among traders and crypto content creators. We will cover all the essentials and everything you need to know to start creating modern high-impact reels. In the first episode, we will dive into the basic of character creation in After Effects. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you like to support the channel, consider joining me on Patreon so I can dedicate more time to creating more courses for you. Let's get started. So on our first episode, we want to learn how we can create the minimal characters in Adobe After Effects. Well, let's start with making a new composition. I'm going to click on it. The width and height is set on 1080 by 9020. The duration is set on 5 seconds. And the frame rate is set on 30 frames per second. I'm going to change the composition name into main. And then let's hit OK. Alright, on the first step, what I want to do is that I want to create the background for my design. In order to do that, I'm going to right click into the empty space in here in new. I'm just going to select solid. And then I'm going to just change its color to black. It doesn't really matter because once we have created our background, let's just rename it to BG, which stands for the background. We're going to open the effects and preset tab and we're going to search for gradient ramp effect. And I'm going to bring the gradient ramp effect into the background. Now here we have two pointers along with two colors that we can choose for our gradients. So I'm going to just choose the main color that I want to go with this design, which is green. And then I'm going to change the second one into a darker shade, such as black. And then once I've done that, I'm going to just change the ramp shape from linear into a radial gradient. And I'm going to drag this all the way up to sort of create this design like this. Okay, so this is going to be the radial design that we have, and it looks like this. All right, that is good. Now let's proceed with making the minimal characters. Now, in order to create the minimal characters, you only need to understand two things: the gradients and how to design the minimal shapes. Well, the minimal shapes is easy to do. All you need to do is that you need to select your rectangle tool, and then you need to switch into the ellipse tool. And I'm going to just turn off the fill for now. And let's just set the fill for now into a solid color. I'm going to hold shift and I'm going to draw a circle like this. So this is going to be all we want for designing our character. And this is going to be the head of our character. Now, as you see, it doesn't really look good because it's not sort of blended into the background. Now, what we can do is that we can click on the fill and then we can go and select the radial gradient. As soon as we do that, we will have a radial gradient option like this. I'm going to just drag the second controller and I'm going to just set it on here like so. Now you can see that we have somewhat gradient in here, but it doesn't really look like of what we want. In order to make it better, all we need to do is that we're going to select the head character and then we're going to open the gradient in here. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to just bring the darker shade all the way to here. Now, as you can see, now we have something like this. Now, if you want to hide this black background in here, all you need to do is that you need to select the opacity indicator in here, and then you need to turn down the opacity into 0. Now, as you can see, we have that background. We have that gradient that is merging with the background that we have in here. So far, so good. We're going to just tune it down, and this is going to be the head of our character. I'm going to just select this background and I'm going to make it a bit lighter so it shows the entire character. And once I've done that, I'm going to just select the ellipse tool one more time. This time I'm going to go towards the solid background and we're going to just draw a simple eye for our character. So this is going to be the first one. Now once I've selected, I'm going to just select the ellipse one and then I'm going to just duplicate it and I'm going to bring it in here, and this is going to be the eye of our character. So easy, right? And then I'm going to just switch into the pen tool. I'm going to turn off the fill. I'm going to set the stroke on 2 pixels and then we're going to draw a curve shape like so, and this will indicate the mouth of our character. Great, so far we have everything that we want. Now, in order to control these facials better, all I need to do is that I'm going to create a new null object, and once I have, and I'm going to bring the null object in here and we're going to parent the eye and the mouth into null object. In that way, I can just control this freely without any issues. And I'm gonna just rename this into the facial controller. All right, so far so good and everything looks good. Now, what I want to do on the next step is that I want to create the body of the character. In order to do that, all I need to do is that I'm gonna go into the ellipse tool again. I'm gonna turn off the stroke. Let's just set a fill color. And I'm gonna draw a oval shape like so for our character. Right now, it looks super weird. Now, we're gonna call it just body, and then we're gonna just do the same trick that we did for the head. We're gonna switch this time into the linear gradient, and we're gonna just set the lighter shade on top and the darker ones on bottom, something like this. All right, this looks good, but still, like as you can see, we have something in here. We can just decrease the slider a bit. And we're gonna just adjust it like so. Now here we have the character so far and it looks super good. Now in order to even make it better, we can add some we call spotlights. In order to add the spotlights, all you need to do is that you're gonna go into the ellipse tool or any other shape tool. We're gonna switch it into the solid color, and then we're gonna just draw something like so. Now I'm gonna just call this one spotlight, and I only want to get applied to the body. So in order to do that, we're gonna just use the track matte tool and we're gonna track matte it to the body that we have in here. And let's just reveal the body. So as you can see, then right now we have the sort of the spotlight inside of our body. Now we need to change its mode from normal to classic color dodge. And as soon as we do that, we will have a color like this. Now, in order to finish the spotlight, all we need to do is that we need to go towards the effects and preset tab, and then we need to apply the Fastbox blur effect into the spotlight. Now, all I need to do is that I just need to increase the blur like so. Now, as you can see, I have a blur, I have a spotlight like so that I can change. I'm going to just set it on here, and this will give us the color that we want. Now you can change the color into a darker color if you want to get rid of this yellow color that we had in here. So I'm just going to set it on sort of the gray, and this will give us the exact spot that we want on here. All right, so the character design is done. Now let's just create a few boxes for our scene. In order to do that, I'm just going to switch into the rectangle tool this time, and I'm going to just draw a rectangle like so. All right, this looks good. I'm going to just make it a bit rounded to make it a bit better. All right, this looks great. Now we're going to just switch into the linear gradient one more time. As I have mentioned, the shade, I'm going to just lighter shade should be top, which reflects the lighting. And then we're going to just bring the rest down. So this is going to be the color that we have in here. Now, in order to make it better, I'm just going to make it a bit darker, and we're gonna just push it a bit down like so. Let's just remove it about here. That should reflect everything very well. All right, that looks good. Let's just call this one 1, and it can go anything, you know. We can design our own custom sort of icon or anything that we want to do, but sort of we're going to design it as a template that we can use it every time that we want. And then I'm going to call this one box, and with the box and the layer selected, I'm going to just press Ctrl+Shift+C to pre-compose this layer, and I'm going to just call it the placeholder 1. All right, this looks good, but as you can see right now, the size of this placeholder is just too much. So in order to shrink it down, all we need to do is that we're going to open the placeholder 1. I'm going to just select the region of interest, and I'm going to draw a region of interest around the box. Once I have done that, I'm just going to go into the composition, and I'm going to just select crop comp to region of interest. All right, now it looks good, and I'm gonna just place it in here. Now, getting back to the project panel, I'm gonna just duplicate this placeholder twice, and then I'm gonna just duplicate this placeholder again twice on here, and I'm gonna just place them on here really quick. And then once we have this, let's just select it, use the align tool to align it just perfectly, and we have this text. Now if I just want to, for example, change this one and I change this to 2, as you can see, it will affect everything inside it. So this is why I have copied this composition twice in here. Now I'm just gonna hold Alt, and I'm gonna select this composition, and I'm gonna just replace it in here. And then I'm gonna just select this composition as well. I'm gonna hold Alt, and then I'm gonna replace it with this composition. Now, if I change this comp, you can see that it will only change the composition that we have. So now it will treat it as a separate composition. All right, this looks good. Let's just animate it really quick for the first part. I'm just gonna select the facial node. I'm gonna press P to reveal the position. I'm just gonna set a keyframe. I'm gonna go 20 frames forward, and then I'm just gonna push this towards this first slider that is in here. All right, once it's in here, I'm just gonna select the placeholder one. I'm gonna press P to reveal the position. I'm gonna select all, and at the same time, I'm gonna hold Shift plus T to open the opacity as well. I'm gonna set a keyframe. I'm gonna just go into the 20 frames that is in here. I'm gonna set the second set of keyframes. Getting back to the first one, I'm just gonna push it down like so. And then I'm gonna just push this one a bit on the middle, and I'm gonna set the opacity on 0. So we will have something like this. Now the movement is linear. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just gonna select the first set of keyframes. I'm gonna apply the standard easings by pressing F9, and then by going into graph editor in here, I'm just gonna select these, and I'm gonna give it an influence like so. The same step I'm gonna just repeat for these opacity keyframes as well. All right, now it looks super clean. Now I'm gonna just hold for a few frames. So we're gonna just get back to the null, facial null, and we're gonna just set a keyframe again on 20 frames. We're gonna just push the null down to create the second movement like so. And this time I'm gonna just do a quick trick. I'm gonna just copy the sets of keyframes that I have in here. I'm gonna go towards the 1 second, and I'm gonna just paste it for this keyframe. But as you can see, now the position is set on here. So I'm just gonna go on the position, which is exactly on here. And then I'm gonna just push it exactly towards middle like so. Now we will have this animation again. Great. Now we're gonna just hold a bit again on the null object that we have in here. We're gonna set another keyframe, and we're gonna go on the 20 frames again. We're gonna just set this null like so. And again, we're gonna just copy the set of keyframes. We're gonna go into the 2 seconds, and then we're gonna just paste it. Again, we're gonna press U to see the keyframes, and we're gonna select the position keyframes, and we're gonna just push them all the way towards here. All right, that looks great. So let's just watch the animation. This is the first one, second one, and third one. All right, that looks great. Once it's in here, we're gonna just hold it back to its original position. So we're gonna just select this layer. We're gonna go a few frames forward, and then gonna just push it back to its original position. So as you can see, designing the characters are just super easy in install of Minimal. Now in the next videos, we're gonna cover more tricks to see how we can achieve a better design in After Effects.